Well, hello and welcome to my new video channel, the Jewish Watchmaker. I don't really claim to be a watchmaker, but I'm certainly Jewish, as well as filming my first tentative steps into watchmaking. So enough talking, and let the fun and games begin. Well, here we go. And welcome. And what do we have on the bench today? We're going to root around in the box now and see what's what. And I'd just like to say I've already cleaned the bracelet for this watch, and now I'm unpacking the thing, and there we have it. And it's an Invicta. It's very difficult to see that it's an Invicta because I think you can guess what the problem is there. It's the old famous diving watch. Let's go into the swimming pool, and somebody must have been doing the backstroke and bashed the watch on the side of the pool. And so the task for this video is to replace that glass and hopefully get the thing looking nice again, so we can actually read the time. And this is my first foray into doing something like that, so I'm a little bit well, what can I say, not very synchronized in the operation of my use of the tools. I've got a whole stack of tools and I'm wondering what to do, and now I'm trying to fit the tool to remove the case back of the watch, which is of course one of these see-through ones. It's an Invicta Pro Diver, and it has an automatic movement, and of course there I am. I'm adjusting the width now, and oh yep, I've got it. I've managed to take the back off with the tool. I've already loosened it before, which is not too bad of a thing. I wouldn't like to sort of be struggling. So now I've got my finger cuts on and I'm having a good look at what's going on, because really up to this point I didn't even have anything to actually look up close. I've got some magnifying spectacle things which attach to my glasses, and there you can see I've made my own customized pad there for the watch. And oh, look at that, people will be saying, look, he's banging the watch on the top of the case holder there. So now I'm going to have a root round in my toolbox. I'm going to look for some tweezers, which well, it took for ages to find stuff. So then I realized at this point that I needed something to sort of like organize my things and you know, get the jobs done easier. But anyway, finally I managed to get them. So now I'm moving the movement ring out, so that hopefully will enable me to get the movement out of this watch. So there I am, prodding around inside, tried not to damage it, and the mat there is actually it's a cork coffee cup holder, and I stuck some spongy foam on the top, and well, there we go. I think I managed to yeah, I managed to get it out, and there it is on top of the case holder. So we carry on and we have a good look and look inside where the glass is, and decide what we're going to do next, because I don't have a procedure yet in trying to do something like this. I got the crystal there in its little envelope, and I think what I might be better off doing is putting this movement into one of these plastic movement holders, which you can get online. One of the things purchases that I made. So there he is, the little movement holder that keeps everything safe. There's no need to, oh dear me, oh the classic, oh the rubber finger cut got stuck in the old movement holder there. So that's one of the joys of watchmaking. I can imagine that flying off into outer space, and there you can see the glass is pretty cracked, and so I need to get that out. And you can see there that now the thing is, when I was looking for this glass, you go to the Invicta website and they say, oh, it's you know, we don't sell parts, you have to send the watch in to repair. And given that this Invicta Pro diver you can buy for about $90, it really didn't seem worthwhile, especially when there are other websites that claim to have a replacement glass, because Invicta says we don't have watch parts. So anyway, I looked around, and the glass was one glass that I found was $40. Absolutely incredible, $40. So there I'm using this press here, and I've just trying to set it up and so that I can push this glass out. And again, with this press, I've got a whole bag of different things to go in, and so I want to be able to sort of press it out into something without it breaking. So anyway, I bought another glass. I measured the old one before, and I ordered a new glass with the idea that I would be able to replace the glass using the press and put the new glass in. So there you go. I'm finding another one of those little pushy out type things that goes with the press, and I'm all fingers and thumbs again, and there I am. I'm making sure that I'm the outside edge of that little spacer type thing is not pressing on the glass. I need to be able to press the glass into something. So I need to be able to get the outside of the case in contact with that bottom thing. So I'm still messing around with the things here. It's quite. Oh no! Now we got a close up. Look, you see. Oh, there we go. We put in the glass. Oh dear me. What's going on here? As you can see, there's a lot of fiddling. I did so. Oh, there we go. We finally managed to push the glass out, and of course it came out in pieces, and quite sharp, incredibly sharp. Those pieces. You've got to be careful. And yeah, there we go. So we got the pieces out eventually, and oh, I don't know what I'm doing now with this. Oh, maybe I'm trying to put it in. Oh yes, this is what I'm doing now. I've got the glass out, and I've got the case there on the mat, and now I'm ready to have a go at putting the glass in. And I'm presuming that the glass that I've got is just going to push in like the old one. So yeah, again, I'm going through the same procedure of getting and selecting the right holder and putting all that in, and there we go. Oh, we're taking it off again. And I think this is one of the most frustrating things about with the watchmaking, is that you're constantly, if you're not familiar with your tools, sensor scale, and the sort of pressures involved, and and you're dealing with new stuff that you've never done before, there's a lot of adjustment, and and you think that the video is hanging around here now. It took even longer. The amount of editing, has been about 22 zillion hours. So there I'm putting the glass in position, and I'm going to press down now, and well, what's the result? I don't think it went in properly, so I thought maybe the pressure needs a little bit more spreading out, because the area of the pusher wasn't that wide. So I put a piece of wood in there. I know people are going to freak out when they see, what's he doing with a piece of wood? And does this work? That's the question. Does it work? Does it hold in? Well, it doesn't. So I'm having to go on to plan B, because I'm not going to try and order a new glass, because I measured the old glass, and I ordered a glass of the right size, and for some reason, whatever it is, I don't know, it wouldn't go in. So I'm now resorting to this little thing called the old glass cement, which is designed for mineral glass. It's got a very fine sort of like a hypodermic needle on the end, and what I'm going to do is put the glue round the edge. Having a good look where I'm going to put the glue, and it's like anything else with these things, you can make a mistake and put too much glue, and so when you put the glass in, you see all the glue oozing down inside the watch, and you don't want that. So again, I had to be careful. I've never used glue before, I never stuck glass into a thing. So anyway, fair heart, never won, fair maiden. So here we go, putting the glue around the edge, and this is a special glue. I think it goes tacky in about 6 minutes or something like that, so there's plenty of time to jigger about with it if you've made a mistake. But fortunately I was very lucky with this step. I was able, I think, to get it on in one shot without things being too worrisome. But like anything else, like any applicator, you just need to give it a slight squeeze and it just seems to keep coming out. Does the glue. It's not very controllable, this applicator, although it puts out a very fine bead of adhesive. It still sort of like oozes out, so you know, there I've got it out on the mat, and after a while, you know, I get a little puddle of adhesive going on my mat and things like that. But anyway, I'm not going to worry about it. So I've noticed already there's a little bit of glue just seeping down, so I've got my cloth there just to sort of remove everything. I'm realizing at this point as well in the commentary that I don't have a close-up of me doing this, but it's I think you get the general idea. So now I've made sure there's going to be no excess glue that's going to drip, that's already dripped down or could drip down, and I just press it in, and there you go with the cloth, and I press it on and I look at it and I think, is that okay? Maybe as a result of putting the glass on, I got a little bit of extra ooze coming out from the bond there, and I think I've cleaned it off quite successfully there, and make sure there's nothing else on the top for that's going to ooze out. And there we go. It looks like we're nearly ready. So now the real technical bit is coming on here now. We're going to, I need to be able to make sure that glass is nicely seated. So I'm going to use the press again, and I put a piece of wood on. And what do I do to tie it down? I use a zip tie around the handle. There you can see that, hopefully just my arms covering it up there, but I've got the zip tie going around the handle so that I can keep a nice even pressure on the glass there. And it looks like so far it's now a waiting game, patiently waiting for that glue to dry, and hopefully we've been successful. Now at this point I could have also ordered a one of those magnifying little bits as well to stick on top of the glass, but I didn't really like it, to be honest, the one that was on the original one, so I didn't bother. I didn't bother putting it on. There it is. It's there. Absolutely unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. Success. Nicely glued in, nice and tight. Of course, I'm not going to go diving in it or anything like that. So I'm very happy with that. Nice, clean job. And now it's time to try and get that movement back into the holder. It's an N35 movement, this, which I believe is a Japanese Seiko, but these days you never know. They call it Japanese, but it could be made anywhere, couldn't it? Especially possibly even in China maybe. So get ready to put the thing on, and again you've got this whole sort of like thing about what to do. How do I? Oh, am I going to drop it? Oh no, you're not going to drop it. Oh, good grief! I've dropped it in. I shouldn't really do that, I don't think. And I think I regretted it, because at the end of the day, as I turned it over, in this case, it was in the wrong position anyway. So I think I had to do it again. and I was tempted almost to try and twist it around as well, but no, I didn't do it. So I took it out again. There you go, tap with the old finger, and there you go. On it goes now properly, and turn the thing over, put the thing back on the top, and now start to think about putting the crown and the stem in, and with a view to getting this thing properly located back in the case, and also get the case back on. So this N35 movement, pretty good movement, absolutely unbelievable. At the age of the watch, I'm not quite sure, but I think that when these watches first came out, well, there's the phone going. When these watches first came out, I think the price of them were about $300, so it was quite an expensive one. So there's the gasket going back on. I'm using the same gasket. I didn't, at this point, I didn't have any grease to put on the gasket, or any extra gaskets to put a new gasket on. I'm still in that process of, as I learn, I'm trying to I'm trying tools out, seeing if things work, and like anything else with these things, sometimes you realize that what you think's going to work doesn't often work, and you have to try something else out. So it's a bit of a learning curve there. I've got a bit of a Rodico in front of there, and I'm gonna I think I used that at some point in time to just clean some of the dust that might have been on the front of the dial, but I didn't show that. So on with the case back. Well, see, trying to pick it up with those rubber cots on your fingers, and well, there we go. I think we're being successful now. So I think we'll see next using the tool to get the case back onto the movement. And there we go. The tool is already set up at the right distance, so this, I think this bit's going to look quite professional. Doesn't look like a, there you go, wonderful. So that's that. The give it a quick shake. So let the rotor move around, and there is the clips that clip the bracelet on. If you look at it closely, you'll see that as a result of the bash, the width of one of those clips is much wider than the other. So one of the things I did, and I did it completely by hand, I squeezed I squeezed it back, the wider one, I squeezed it to the right width with my fingers, and it worked absolutely wonderful. You shouldn't underestimate the power of the human hand in terms of if you don't have a I think to be honest, I thought it was a much better idea to use my fingers to straighten it out, and that worked very, very well indeed. I was very pleased with the result. So now comes the time to get the bracelet back on. Much fiddling, much messing about, putting the clip on, trying to get the spring clip in. There you go, there I am with the spring bar tool, trying to get it in. And I did this about 4 or 5 times, because first of all I wasn't sure whether I got the right side on the right thing or not, and well, I did it once and I was successful. So there we go. I think that's some evidence there of me successfully putting one side on. Now for the other, hopefully in the next clip. So oh I must have didn't film that. Anyway, it's worked, and it's on the hand. It's finished. Very happy with it. Works all right, and there's the glamour shot. One happy customer there. Very happy with my first foray into watchmaking. Not really. I don't know. It's not taking the thing to bits or cleaning it, but hopefully that will all come when the time comes. That's my next phase. And again, I think with that I will find out whether the tools that I bought are adequate or not, and on a learning curve, and hopefully as time goes by, experience will be a great thing. Thank you for listening, and look forward to you enjoying the video, and please hit subscribe, and see you on the channel. All the best.